Hello everybody, it's Glenn. Happy Monday. Back here with another vlog about my voiceover journey and career. And man, it has been a full week for me this previous week, and I'd love to talk about it a bit. So, small note, I'm actually recording this particular vlog on Sunday night. At the time of this recording, it is just past quarter to midnight. So, as I sometimes do on Sunday, I took an afternoon nap, which was delightful. But, it ended up being a bit longer than I thought, maybe about 3 or 4 hours. So I'm not entirely sure when my body's going to feel like going to bed tonight. So I'm just staying up and getting ahead on some work here. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Yeah, as I was beginning to say that this last week was probably one of the longest and most focused work weeks of my entire career and doing voiceover so far. I mean, sometimes, you have days where if I don't have a big project going on, I'm kind of, milling about doing like little marketing efforts and stuff. But it's always easy when you're working at home. It can be very easy to get distracted from the work you're trying to do. Like when I'm sitting at my desk, I am literally seconds away from like pulling up a computer game or playing or watching YouTube videos or something, or, going to my room across the hall and taking a nap or something. So it's been difficult to focus, but this previous week, I've picked up a lot of work. Been doing a number of audiobooks that are due first half of this upcoming week. So that was just keeping me really busy, and in turn for just very focused and much more organized about my day, because I had to be in order to get it done. I mean, working with the rights holders, they set a due date for things, and you want to make them happy. You want to get their product done on time and correctly so that they pay you and maybe come back to you again. So. And yeah, another one of the benefits, I can't remember if I talked a bit about this with audiobooks. I talk about audiobooks a lot because that's been the bulk of my work so far. But one of the other benefits is that it's just really increased my stamina for doing long recording and editing sessions when it comes to producing voiceover work. Like it's just whenever I have a number of days, this week where I was in, the booth for, several hours at a time, with breaks and whatnot, but, recording for several hours at a day in a sort of a given stretch during a day, and then even longer sessions afterwards of editing audio and whatnot. And I just really found lately, particularly last week, was the first time I really felt like I was settling into my groove, settling into a rhythm of just, staying focused on getting the task done. Even though it's kind of a long, arduous task to, both record like, 3 hours of audio and then go back and listen to that 3 hours of audio and cut out, odd breaths and clicks and bad takes and whatnot. I mean, the more you do it, the more accustomed you get to it. And yeah, I'm just finally feel like I'm really settling into a good rhythm where it's not nearly as mentally exhausting as it used to be. And you just sort of get in, you zero focus, and then you just do the work that you got to do. So yeah, I'm glad that I'm reaching this point. And once again, I can't remember, I talk about audiobooks so much, I can't remember how much I've spoken about the different elements of it, but like really for any voiceover people out there, looking for advice about getting into the industry, like I would by far recommend doing at least some audiobooks, especially as you're getting into things. Once you've sort of gotten yourself established with your recording setup and whatnot. I mean, even if you decide that audiobooks aren't something that you really want to do, it is such an excellent experience and perspective to have when it comes to getting into voiceover. I mean, you just get so used to doing so much more work for less pay, for putting so much more time in, that when you get to work on something that's a little more, little more streamlined, isn't quite as long of a copy, then, I mean, you just are in that much of a better position to, really dial in and whatnot, because you're used to taking on so much more. So yeah, like I think, so we're in June, keep clipping along this year. I'm still well on track for my financial goals for June, so that's pretty good. I'm going to be wrapping up the last of a couple big projects coming up in a few days, so then don't have a lot on my plate once I wrap those up, so get to the exciting time of going back, spending some more time focusing on casting calls, auditions, and looking for offers for work and seeing what the next task is going to be. So yeah, always exciting, always a new adventure. After you wrap one project up, then you never quite know what the next thing's going to be, so it keeps you on your toes. Anyways, short video today. That's about what I've got going on. Just really, diving in, spending some long days, knocking out some audiobooks, and finally feeling comfortable with doing it. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I will catch you next week. Take care.